Hey Fivers, welcome back to another episode of 5 Years to 40, the podcast and community dedicated to millennials who are talking, thinking, taking tremendous steps throughout their 30s so they can have a fascinating and fabulous life. My name is Anisha and I am the host of this podcast. And on this channel, we like to talk about pillar topics that include careers, health, relationships, and finances. Now we're winding up at the end of the year 2020. Now I know this year is going to have a lot of epic books, a lot of epic movies, because this year was like none other we've ever had before. When it comes to changes, rapid changes, when it came to uncertainty, even now, uncertainty, when you think about just disruptive in every and changes in almost every aspect of your life. 2020 came packing. 2020 showed out. It was here. It had a little bit of everything. But I really think that 2020 also challenged the way we thought and the way we move and the way we acted and the way we responded to things as well. So I feel like there were some good things that came with 2020. Now, I know that December, a few of you might be looking at this like, girl, please, but don't change the channel yet. Don't click away just yet. Let me just tell you 3 quick reasons why I believe 2020 was still an awesome year, even at the end of December 2020. So the first reason why I think 2020 can still be an awesome year is because, look, we're still alive. We survived it. I know that there were a lot of things that changed. We had, because of the COVID-19 situation, we would have had people having to change the way they lived in terms of their living space. Your home, in a lot of cases, became your workspace. Work from home is a new widely known term that before 2020 and COVID-19, few people may have even known. Flex time and things like that was just, not something as widely available as it is right now. And there are challenges that came with that, but there were also some positivity. But what I'm saying is at the end of it, in December, if you're looking at this episode right now, it means that you survived. Cheers to you. We would have gone through a number of things. We would have witnessed a number of things. And if anyone would have had any losses in their family, please accept my deepest condolences. I know this time cannot be an easy time for you, especially as the holidays are near. You know that there's going to be one less person around your table and one less person who making a dish or bringing something or bringing some character. Just, it's a time of year when all families get together and people pass and people take a little drink with you and people bring a little food or bake a cake. And the people who would have gone home because of COVID, those people are missing. So the families who are suffering because of that or who are experiencing that right now, please accept my deepest condolences. I cannot imagine your loss, and I'm sorry that you had to go through it. But we're going back on track with but I'm gonna go back on track with the positivity. So what I'm saying is, we're here, and if you are able to say that you didn't have to suffer COVID-19 or you didn't have to lose anybody because of it, then that's even more reason to be really ecstatic that 2020 is ended, and you have a lot to be thankful for. You came through a shitstorm of a year and you're here. So that's the first reason why 2020 you can still say 2020 was pretty awesome, because you had a lot of obstacles and a lot of hurdles and a lot of new things to do and a lot of new things to learn, and you are here, sis. So I think wonderful. Well done. First reason. Second reason is because you should feel proud about 2020 if during the time, in any instance, you were able to improve yourself, and we would have done that involuntarily. So I'm talking to the moms who would have had to homeschool. That's something new. So cheers to you. I'm talking to the guys who have had to learn how to set up Zoom meetings and Google Meet and like a whole host of technology that you may not have been exposed to before, but you know now. That is wonderful. You improved yourself. I'm talking to all the people who would have taken advantage of the various courses that were being available on universities like Harvard and Coursera. There were several new free courses available during the thick of the lockdown. I knew a lot of universities offered free education. So if you took advantage of that, then you were able to benefit from personal development because you learned something new. Gee, listen, even if you learn how to bake bread because of the pandemic, hey, you developed yourself, you improved. That's something that you didn't know how to do in 2019. So you can say that, yes, I am proud of 2019 because I learned to do a new thing, a new skill. And that is a wonderful reason to feel proud about 2020. Okay, so don't dismiss the small things, especially if you were able to recognize like unique skills and abilities that you had. I know people who before COVID maybe didn't even realize that they had abilities to do things like meal prep or change the way they sold their products. I know entrepreneurs who would have had to transform the total way they offer their products because of COVID-19. And you should be really proud that, yeah, it may have been challenging, but the fact that you stayed and still have your stuff available, be proud. Give yourself a pat on the back. You do real good. Okay, I'm proud of you. So that was the second thing. And the third reason is that why you should be proud is because, like Buju say, you are optimistic. Call me optimistic. I believe in life. You know, I'm a lifetime Buju fan. And that's really important. At the end of the year, if you still feel as though there's hope in 2021, you still feel as though the dream and the goals that you had that may have been a little delayed because of 2020 and life, then but you still feel like you can achieve it. You still feel like you can go after that bachelor's next year. You still feel as though you can build that home that you want to build for your family. You still feel as though you and your partner can have that baby next year. For sure, if you still have that dream bubbling in your belly, then I am proud of you. And you should feel proud too, because you didn't let the things that happen in life water down who you are and make it distract you and make you feel like if you want to give up hope. The fact that you're still optimistic, be proud of that, because that takes a lot of energy. Like some people just give up on life halfway through. They just whatever, they can't be bothered. So because you're still optimistic, because you're still out here having a dream and giving it energy and feeling good about who you are, I think, and the things that you want to achieve, I think that is a reason to feel proud. And the bonus reason, because I said there were 3 reasons that we're going to give, the bonus reason why you should feel proud about 2020 is that you are still encouraging others. So if you are somebody who would have gone through all the things that happened with 2020 and you're still able to have enough of a sound mind and a sense of purpose that you not only encourage yourself, because I believe in encouraging yourself, and you can learn more about that in my list of things that I learned in 2019. I'm going to leave the link. It's probably up here. But I believe self-hype is mandatory. So you have to encourage yourself, because the world out here, you understand? You have to be able to encourage yourself. But if you're able to do that, encourage yourself, and still have enough energy left over to encourage other people, I think you're the real MVP. I am super proud, and you should feel good too, because 2020 called for a lot of empathy. It required empathy from leaders. It required empathy from people who were waiting on information from the people in charge of how we're going to be carrying out our businesses. It required empathy from co-workers, how they deal with each other, because everybody was under stress. And I feel you should have a point of pride if you would be the person, if you were the person who was stressed and decided not to distress other people. So you didn't come into work and you weren't complaining every day about everything that went wrong. And you weren't saying, oh my God, I'm so tired and I'm so sick. Because listen, everybody was tired. You know, everybody had their life like up in a whirlwind. Everybody worried about their bills. Everybody worried about their friends' bills. Everybody worried about what's going on with the people that they know, the people they love, their mothers, their daughters, the people in the church that they go to. Everybody had stress. But if you would come around and not come and count all the problems and be a Debbie Downer, or if you wouldn't come around and stir up strife, because I tell people all the time, I really believe that people who especially in the midst of all of this craziness would choose not to be messy, like you're a bright shining light, because a healthy mind does not speak ill of others. And if you would recognize that, and you would come and you would encourage other people instead of trying to bring them down, instead of trying to make others feel, trying to engage other people to bring other people down, none of that, no gossip, no malign, no messiness. If you chose not to do that, because I guess that might have been easier when you're stressed, you're going to distress and you try to make everybody miserable with you. But if you chose to be a shining light, to encourage people, to manage your emotions, then I think you should be proud of yourself. Okay, so that's the 3 and 1 bonus tip that I'm going to say means that you had a great 2020. If you chose to be empathetic and encouraging over being distressed and distressing and a Debbie Downer, I'm proud of you. If you chose to be optimistic in terms of keeping your goals and your hopes alive, or if you just decided to still, do things regardless of COVID going on, like, push back against the narrative that says, well, COVID is going on and like things are just down and everything, that means nothing can be happening. If you change the way you marketed your business, if you offered your products in a different way, if you decided to start your degree in the middle of a crisis, if you've decided to start your baby making, which I know a lot of people who did, start your baby making in the middle of the crisis. If you chose to keep your dreams and your hopes and your goals alive, then I am proud of you. Okay, optimism, I love it. And if you chose to improve yourself during the period, if you did a little course, if you learned to bake bread, if you learned how to do homeschooling, if you survive homeschooling and the Zoom links and the hybrid, listen, can we just take a moment? Let's have a moment for all the people who survived homeschooling and hybrid learning. I'm talking about all the millennial moms, all the millennial dads, all the teachers, the administrators, the educators across the world would have had to be doubling up because y'all did a lot. And sending Zoom links and checking Edmodo and still managing real life classrooms. Yo, this is for you. Y'all did it. And all the moms and dads would have had to be taking care and being vigilant and keeping an eye out for kids and remembering to remind them about these Zoom links, child, these Zoom links. I'm proud of y'all. I'm proud of you for learning and for putting yourself out and improving yourself, because really and truly, when COVID eventually goes away, the knowledge of how to handle a Zoom classroom doesn't. So you have a brand new skill. Proud? I am. If even you learn how to make bread. So proud of you, right? And the final thing I think that you should be proud of for achieving in 2020 is just surviving. We made it. We made it. It is 2 weeks before the end of the year right now as I'm recording this, and I'm just saying, we made it. Thank you, baby Jesus. And you're here. You're in your sound mind. You're healthy. Even if you would have suffered loss, even if you may have, things may have changed drastically in your life, even if your job situation may have changed, and I'm really sorry if it did, and even if your relationship may have changed. You're here and you are gonna go into 2021, and who knows what could happen. Yeah, we might be thinking 2021 might be even more uncertain or crazy than 2020. Let's choose to believe that it could be 10 times better. I mean, so let us go forth with optimism and be proud of the fact that we all came through this, and we're here, and we have each other, and we're still connected, and we're still alive, and we're still healthy, and maybe a little bread pounds heavier, but we could work on that. We could work on our finances. We could work on our relationships and improve them. We could work on our careers, and we could work on our health. And those are the areas that we can see growth. So even if they stagnated a little bit or they slowed down a little bit, don't worry, be patient. And you could go and take a look at another episode I posted recently about how you can build your bounce back, build your resiliency, because you need to be resilient going into 2021. We know what happened, so we need to be resilient. But apart from all that, I'm just saying to keep your wits about yourself and feel proud for coming through 2020. You did a good job, and I'm so proud of you. All right, so guys, please remember to be safe. Wear your mask. This COVID thing